Hey guys, yeah, this is unannounced. This is me just killing some time until Cindy gets home from teaching her spin class. It's Thursday evening, and yeah, once in a while it's fun to do a solo stream just to interact with people directly. So yeah, if you stop in, say hi, so I know you're here. And I'll check my email until someone does. Just sent some 3D print files out to Ian at Speedy Feet, trying to get him going with 3D printing. We're making some progress. Yeah, what's that? That's interesting. I'm streaming also. I'm using Lazy Thursday, man. I'm using Streamlabs to push this to YouTube as opposed to XSplit. I haven't messed around with Streamlabs doing the EUC show with Marty yet, but doing solo stuff, it's easy to use, and I like some of the interface options. So. Yeah, Lazy Thursday. I'm not out there riding. It was again raining here today. Looks like it stopped for now. But yeah, I don't like I mentioned early in the stream, Cindy's going to be coming home soon, so not much point of me throwing stuff in the car to go out and ride. And there is still gray clouds all over the place. So wet season in Florida, man. It's not fun, believe me. Don't like it. Discord. Really, does anyone know anything about Discord? I should look at it more. I really should. So anyways, since it's just me, feel free to throw your one-wheel questions, MeePo, EUC, 3D printing, car repair, whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. While I'm waiting, I'm in the process of setting up a Discord account. One of the things I like about Streamlabs is I don't even have to look at the YouTube screen to see chat. The chat is built into Streamlabs, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. Verify. Yeah, because I think Discord is like it's like a chat app or something like that. Voice chat, I believe. And I think some of the people that I listen to with podcasts, they use Discord, so that's why I was interested in checking it out. You're in Arizona? Well, it's hot. It's hot as hell here as well, and humid. At least you don't have the humidity. The status of the battery packs on my new wheel. That's a good question. I have not heard. I have not emailed Jason to find out about my 18L battery pack. I need to do that. I'll do that tomorrow. I guess I was kind of letting him get back to me, because the last thing I heard was they were supposed to arrive at their Arizona facility on Monday, and I have not heard anything since then. So I need to follow up. I'll follow up tomorrow, or maybe tonight. I'll send him an email just to see if anything's going on. So I do not know if it's a charging problem yet. Hopefully they will have that answer for me. I'm looking forward to it being settled one way or the other for sure. It's funny though, my sister used to live in Arizona, and I went out there for her wedding, and I think they decided to have an outdoor wedding, and I think at the peak it was somewhere around 110 degrees. And we had a lot of fun at their wedding, don't get me wrong, but boy were we sweating. Holy crap. It was outdoors, you know, it was under like a patio or whatever, but it was outdoors, and it was just, that's a different kind of heat. You know, humid heat sucks, but 110, even though it's dry heat, sucks just as bad, if you ask me. Alright, Streamlabs, Discord. Just bear with me. Feel free to shoot questions my way. Let's see how many people are in here. 3 people, yeah. See, when you don't announce a stream, my my channel is big enough to have a ton of random people pop in, so I'm showing 5 people currently. Okay, let's do this. Yep, checking out Discord. Maybe Discord would be a better option than Skype for our podcast. I don't know, our live stream. Kind of reminds me of Streamlabs. Interesting. Okay. Discord. Yeah, I think Discord is supposed to be primarily like a voice chat for video games, I guess. Okay. Yeah, sure. You know, I'll have to mess around with that some more. Maybe it's a good thing, I don't know. Okay. Alright, whoever's out there, don't be shy. AZ Sky God is the only one that's piped up so far. If you saw my if you saw my video from yesterday, you'll see that I finally got my one-wheel sensor pad back, which was nice. I was getting rather impatient with future motion, and anyone that does have a issue with their one wheel, I strongly advise that you create the ticket with their email system. You can send an email to support@onewheel.com, I believe. Create the ticket that way, but then follow up with a phone call. Say, here's my ticket number, here's my problem, because that is the only way that I got any sort of action out of them, is I had to do it that way. If you just send an email to the support system and just wait for them to answer it via the support system, via email, good luck. And I saw that experience echoed on the One Wheel user group on Facebook, where people said that, I think one guy said like he waited 3 weeks and he got a reply back after 3 weeks, just using the email option. So, I mean, if you're really patient and you're not in a rush for it, fine, go ahead that way, but otherwise I would recommend that you call. Alright. Scout, hey, what's up, man? I'm just wasting some time until Cindy comes home. Didn't know if anyone had anything different to bounce off me. Let's see, it's moving me over here. Let's see, what else can we do? Checkbox. I'm just messing around here. No, I don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, there we go. Now my chat's up. Okay. You just ran a slow 5K, 35 minutes. I've seen a lot slower 5Ks than that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. My 5K times aren't very good either anymore. I don't. Not that they ever were good. I think the fastest 5K I ever ran was like 23 and a half, maybe, something like that. 24, 23 and a half, something like that. So yeah, that's about as good as I can do. And that's probably about 5 years ago, and I was probably 10 to 15 pounds lighter. If I want to be half decent at running, I need to weigh a lot less, and I don't weigh a lot less right now. So, but speaking of running, I hope to try to get my run in tomorrow again. Do another Friday evening run. Like I mentioned in my video last night, I have a very busy weekend. Cindy has her bikini competition on Saturday, so a good portion of my day is going to be going back and forth to that on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I need to I have to go into work. Actually, one of our branch offices is moving to a temporary location, and we have to do the majority of that work on Sunday, so that's tons of fun. So that's why my weekend is going to be very busy. Calf cramps. Yeah, cramps are, luckily I don't cramp very often, but calf cramps are the worst. I used to do race timing for our local running club for almost a decade. I used to time their races, and I've seen a lot of people cramp. And it can be a brutal thing. If you can't get that thing to release, it's so painful. So I hear you. Warm up, as far as warm up goes, I don't really warm up. I just kind of run slower, and then run a little bit faster once I warm up. But yeah, I don't really do a formal warm up, which is less than ideal. You ran in 1903 on a hilly course when you were 15. Oh wow, it's pretty good. Did you run cross country or something? Run that fast, I would assume that you ran cross country, because I could never do that. Never. Alright, let's close that. Why is that not showing up? Do you guys see the chat window? Is it on screen? Should be to, as you're looking at me, it should be to my right. You ordered a fitness watch from AliExpress? Yeah, I have a GPS, but I've never had a fitness watch. I bought Cindy an Apple Watch 2, I guess. She loves that thing, but I've never had a fitness watch. I don't know. Even though I'm a very techie, geeky guy, I just never really got that excited about a fitness watch, or I never had a Fitbit, or what are some of the other ones? Garmin makes one as well, a fitness watch. I've just never been that interested. You discovered pot in high school? That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, pot does seem to have that effect on people, doesn't it? It's funny because, like, I'm very pro marijuana, but that being, because of some of the benefits it has, medicinal benefits. But I certainly don't advocate being a regular pot smoker just for recreational use, because I've seen lots and lots of examples over my lifetime of it just being like a black hole. If you don't want to get anything done with your life and just kind of just go in circles and have no motivation to do anything but get high, smoke weed. But if you actually want to go somewhere in your life, I would recommend not becoming a regular pot smoker, just from my personal experience. I've never actually smoked marijuana. I had when we did a road trip out west in Colorado, I had edible marijuana with Cindy, and that was a weird experience. Not one that I was looking. It was very hallucinogenic. Can I say that? Hallucinogenic experience. Yeah. Do I know of any reliable EUC vendors that accept cryptocurrency? I don't remember if Ian said something about that. I don't believe that Jason at eWheels does yet. What kind of cryptocurrency are you into? Bitcoin, Litecoin? What are you dealing in? Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Ian does either. But I have heard more and more people, businesses accepting digital currency. Let's see. GPay, PayPal, no, it doesn't look like Ian accepts that either. So to answer your question, AZ Sky God, I don't know of any. That doesn't mean that there aren't any, but I don't know of any. And yes, Scout, I would say the same thing. Well, people, it's funny because like some people that I know that oh, he does. Oh, Marty's there. Hey, Marty. So Jason does. I don't remember seeing that anywhere on his site. Okay, well there's your answer. Thanks, Marty. I don't remember checking out and ever seeing cryptocurrency as an option, but that's cool that he does. See, you came here just in time, Marty. Yeah, Marty knows so much more than me. Yeah, like when I look at his pay options down below, he has Amazon Pay, PayPal, Stripe, but I don't see a mention of cryptocurrency. Is that something he just recently added, Marty? I don't know. So anyways, like I was saying, Scout, I know people that smoke pot and they're like, oh yeah, pot's not addictive, no problem, I can stop whenever. Yeah, right. Yeah, how many people when you tell these people that, okay, well, why don't you just stop for a month, and somehow that's a very difficult thing for them to do. So yeah, don't smoke pot if you want to get much done with your life. That's my moral to the story. Oh, it's not publicized? Oh, okay. Wow. So is that what? So Marty, in addition to doing real estate, are you like a secret cryptocurrency miner, and like you've been paying for all your eWheel stuff with cryptocurrency? That would explain a lot of things. So does he? Do you know? Does he accept like Bitcoin or all the cryptocurrencies? Oh, okay. That's good to know. Learned something new today. Maybe you can't do it on the website, but you can do it. Yeah, it's weird. Someone told me they use Bitcoin. Oh, you've never used Bitcoin? Okay. Yeah, me either. Never did much for me. I'm messing around while I'm talking to you guys here. Chat box, blah blah blah. By shut down. Source not visible. Refresh browser. Once it's active. Okay. Go to widget settings. I don't want to do that. Back live. Okay. I know what you know. Okay. Hey Marty, I watched your. Well, you saw I commented obviously on your Z10 video. That was great. It was. When you were at the top, I could hear it working hard, but and I expected the temperature to be much higher when you got up to the top of Overheat Hill, but it made it. So I'm trying to think. That's besides the MCM5, the Z10 is the only one to have made it and not be overheated, right? Because the 18S made it up there, but it overheated at the top. So as far as I know, from your wheel collection, the MCM5 and Z10 are the only ones that have successfully made it up that hill. And I was surprised though to see that it struggled going down. It was funny, I could tell by the look on your face when you're going downhill that you had you looked worried. Let's put it that way. You definitely looked worried, and yeah, that's too bad. It's weird. If it has more power going up, you would assume it has more power going down, but more braking power going down. So that's kind of a weird one. Like you said, hopefully they can fix that with a firmware update. I don't know. That was kind of weird. But I'm so glad that it made it up to the top. That's awesome. Yeah, Marty got a Z10. Yeah, he got his real Z10, production Z10. Oh, that wasn't Overheat Hill? Oh, damn. I thought that was Overheat Hill. Shit. All right, well. So then the MCM5 is still the only wheel to conquer Overheat Hill at this point, correct? And it was good to see that the sounds work on the Z10 as they should. It's cool the sound feedback that you get when you do the pickup with the handle. I noticed you didn't put the mud guard on or the trolley handle, because I know you weren't a fan of the trolley handle, but do you plan to put that on maybe? I don't know. Cindy must be out. Hardest ride ever. Cindy is on her way home. Yeah, I expected for sure, Marty, when you got to the second part of that hill, which was more steep, that the temperature was going to be higher than 68 degrees Celsius, because that's what it was at the first leg of it. So I expected it to be much higher, but yeah, kept it down. So have you noticed anything else with the production versus the pre-production model? Sounds work, better climbing, lower temperatures. I mean, obviously looks-wise it looks the same, and you have the same pedals. Did the pedals come with a grip tape that they said that they were going to come with? You know, the grip tape insert that you can lay on top of the rubber? Because I read that was going to be included. Bigger. Chat's not working right, I don't think. I don't think that does much. I don't think it really matters anyways. Let's do this. Okay, grip tape included. Good. Good. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Marty. And we'll talk about this more in depth the stream next weekend for sure. And I'm sure there'll be much more Z10 content from you until then. Yeah, you gotta watch that video, Scout. It's like I said, he climbs the hill, or he climbs 2 steep hills successfully, but then when he goes down the other side, things get a little hairy. Just a little hairy. And he got his first scratches on the wheel too. But at least it didn't roll down the hill this time, so that was good. And again, I'm just messing around here. Let's see if I can do this. Never mind. I shouldn't do that. I was gonna play Marty's video included here, but yeah, I'd rather you go to Marty's channel to watch his video. I don't know if anyone else has noticed how rapidly Marty's YouTube channel, his electric unicycle dedicated channel, has grown. He's up to almost like 1,000 subscribers already, which is awesome. That was very fast growth for his channel. That's great. I'm happy for him, because once you hit 1,000, that means he can start monetizing that channel. So Good for him. Like my EUC Army channel that I have, that is just my EUC content and my one wheel content and meepo content. That's still only at 250 subscribers or so. But in my situation, it's a little bit different because you can get all that content here on Duff Xenix, but also if you just wanted just that stuff, you can get it on EUC Army. Well, see, that's cool. There's with that sound that you heard. The sound you heard means someone subscribed to the YouTube channel, so that's cool. It's cool. Rock and Roll UK. Thank you, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Her bikini contest prep is going well. Her problem is she's been having off and on issues with back spasms. Like she gets these back spasms, and like when she gets them, we were talking about cramps earlier. When she gets these spasms, it literally like twists her spine. Like when she stands there and tries to stand straight, you'll actually see like a bend in her spine. I don't know how that looks on camera, but yeah, like a bend in her spine. And it's been really bad, and unfortunately the last few days she's been fighting one, and it's like the worst time that you want to have back problems, you know, with the posing that you have to do with the bikini competition. You don't want to have this issue, so she's been trying everything to relax it, and has not been that successful yet, unfortunately. But yeah, when you get down the last week or so of the bikini prep, the diet is very, very narrow and focused. And then I guess starting to, well, she started today. I'll ask her when she gets home. But they do start to cut back on their salt intake and water intake, especially on the last day. You know, they try to kind of dry up because that enhances your physique, I guess. Plus the spray tanning that they do is just ridiculous. I mean, when she did the last competition, I mean, it makes you like look like a totally different person. You're almost unrecognizable. The spray tan is just, it's crazy. So Rock and Roll UK. What are you, a one wheel rider? What do you ride? Electric unicycles, electric skateboards. What's your thing? I'm still waiting for Marty too. There's a friend of his out there that has 2 or 3 one wheels, and he said that he's fine to loan one to Marty for a period of time so he can try it out. And Marty hasn't done that yet, but I'm still waiting. I still predict that Marty's going to be pleasantly surprised at how much he actually enjoys riding the one wheel. He seems to think that he's not going to like that it's slower and doesn't have the range, because Marty does like to go on really, really long rides. But and if that is your only thing that you're into, electric unicycle cannot be beat for that. But I think that he'll really like the riding experience. Discord set up. Let's move that over there. Just don't mind me multitasking. Discord. I'm just looking. Voice. Push to talk. Huh. Yeah, so you can do video with Discord as well. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if that would work better or not than Skype. I mean, I know how to get the Skype to work, so I will investigate it further. Haven't seen my big Segway lately. Yeah, the big Segway is parked at the door. It's actually right around the corner, off camera. When did we ride it last? Cindy was riding it. It was probably 2 weeks ago when we took Cindy's skateboard. We took the Segway and rode over to the school, and we had Cindy's regular skateboard strapped to the I-2, and yeah, that was the last time it was used. I mean, because like for me, like that's really like Cindy's thing. The I-2 is fun. It's a novelty, but for me, I just, you know, it's not very convenient. You know, if you're going to ride it around here, that's fine, but if you're going to take it somewhere to ride, it's, you know, I'm lifting a 110-pound device into the back of the truck. Has to be the truck, and so it's obviously not that convenient. So, but it is fun, and you know, I envision myself keeping it. But I do definitely need to do some trimming down of my electric vehicle inventory. I kind of think I would like to get rid of my Mini Pro, just keep Cindy's. I can see me eventually getting rid of the M Super V3 once I get the 18L back, and yeah, I need to cut back a little bit. You know, the Monster has a niche that I'll never fill with another wheel, because if I want to go somewhere far and long, the Monster is the wheel for that. Even though the 18L is not too bad, but it doesn't have the big battery that the Monster does. So I definitely want to keep the Monster. The M10 III is a totally unique wheel compared to anything else, so I want to keep the M10 III. You know, there's no reason I would ever get rid of the M10 III. We have Cindy's Inmotion V5F in there. She hasn't ridden that thing in months. That might go away as well. We'll see. I don't know. You know, Cindy, out of all the things that we have to ride, Cindy is probably the least enthusiastic about electric unicycles. Even though, you know, when she was practicing regularly, she did pretty well on it, but she's not crazy about electric unicycles. So I could see us getting rid of that one as well. On my store, the best stand for the 18L, pretty much any of the stands that are left on the store will work with the 18L. The press fit 3.6 ones that look like a wheel, the ones that are based on Matthias's design, they work as well. I've put my 18L on both of them. It fits fine. So yeah, it'll work for any of those stands. Should work. And right now, I just updated the store this week. I added some more colors that I just got done printing. It's like there's some silver and black, silver and white, camo green and white. I don't know if I have a camo green and black. And I'm in the process of printing mint, a new color mint. So probably more of a female thing, but yeah, if you're into mint, there's going to be some mint stands showing up there soon. Speaking of 3D printing, again, I mentioned this on a couple of videos. Ian from Speedy Feet, actually, he has a 3D printer. I had him buy the same 3D printer that I make most of my stand parts on, and my goal is to have him producing his Speedy Feet badge stands for himself. So we're working on that. We had him start his first test print today on it with the smaller model, and we're based on how that goes, we're going to try to have him print his own stands. So that'll be cool if it works out for him. And plus, it's a lot easier. Like if someone is over in the UK or really anywhere overseas, well, not anywhere, but in most cases, it would probably be easier for Ian to send them a stand than me. So, and you know, I don't care if he does that. It's like for me to send something over to Europe, it costs like $23 just to ship it. So it's probably much more affordable to have him do that. Alright, 7 viewers up, yeah. This is what happens when you do an impromptu stream. And plus, YouTube is not the best at notifying people that there's a stream going on. Especially when you're a smaller channel like I am. Although my channel has been doing well. You might remember that I passed 4,000 subscribers not too long ago. And let's see, what am I up to? I think I'm up to almost 4,200 already, so 4,177. So yeah, it's been going well. In the last 28 days, I've added 220 subscribers, so that's a good pace. I mean, I used to get excited when I was adding 100 subscribers a month, so I'm more than doubled that, so that's awesome. And I'm closing in on 3 million views on the channel. So that's exciting stuff. And I owe it to people like you that are watching the stream. You know, thank you, I appreciate it. One wheel, Discord. I get so much email, man, you would not believe it. Alright. You change your EUC addiction to a running shoe addiction? Bought 5 pairs in the last 4 weeks. Whoa, dude. What kind of running shoes do you have? Mine are the ones that I wear most of the time are Brooks. Wow, 5. Why did you get 5 pairs? Like you didn't like some of the early ones, or you like to rotate through running shoes? I mean, I know there's some people that are really hardcore into running, and like they track their mileage and they change their running shoes like every 300 miles, something like that. Like on a schedule, they change it, and I guess, yeah, I guess they wear out. But I'm not the type to get rid of sneakers until they literally fall apart. So I don't stick to that schedule. But I know some people are very religious with their running shoes. You got the M Super X. You got the M Super X from Jason. No complaints. Yeah, the M Super X. If I wasn't very interested in getting a KingSong wheel for my collection, because my collection was all Gotway outside of the Inmotion V5F. If I wasn't really set on getting a KingSong wheel, I would probably get the M Super X, because Matthias has had nothing but good things to say about it. The only bad thing that Marty has also echoed is the pads, the stock pads that were included were shitty. But I believe Gotway has already modified those pads. They have better ones that they're using now, and Matthias, of course, has been working very hard on doing the beveled. I don't know how to make that look on the camera. The beveled pads that give you additional leverage when you're like going uphill and stuff. If you look at his channel, you'll see that I think he's on his 4th revision of those pads. So there are options out there. But I'm the kind of guy that, well, of course, Florida's very flat, so it doesn't really matter, but I very rarely have my legs touching the sides of the wheel, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'd be fine with an M Super X, even with a stock terrible pads. I don't think it would really bother me at all. You got 2 pairs of A6 Dynaflights. Never heard of them. Oh, wow. Yeah, I had New Balance prior to these Brooks I have. I had New Balance. I like them. Never heard of the A6 Dynaflights. I've heard of Saucony Glides before. So out of all of those sneakers, what is your favorite pair? That is the important question. I've been a fan of New Balance, though. I like New Balance because they actually have, not all New Balance, but some of the New Balance sneakers are actually made in the United States. Believe it or not, the pair of running sneakers I had was actually made in the United States, which blew my mind. So I like New Balance. If your running shoes are old, just look for a good deal. Yeah, I know it can make a good or a large difference in comfort. And generally speaking, I have bad knees, so I generally go for I like a lot of cushion in my running shoes, just to try to protect my knees as much as possible. And it also helps to get one that's a proper width. Like I have size 13 feet, and I've had size 13s in different sneakers fit me 100% different, just based on their design. So it is important to get something that's kind of works for your foot. Oh, wow, Cindy's not home yet. I thought she'd be home by now. You want a heavy pair of super cushiony shoes. A heavy pair. So you like your sneakers to be heavy? Because that goes against conventional thinking. Pretty much all running shoes that I've ever had are on the lighter side compared to like conventional sneakers. Yeah, the tech is pretty crazy the way they improve it. Lighter and lighter materials that absorb more and more shock. And like these people that like for a long time, I don't know how popular it is anymore, but a few years ago, like everybody was into Vibrams, running in Vibrams, which are almost like running in bare feet. And there's all these articles saying, oh yeah, best benefit, running Vibrams. Oof. I heard of so many people that hurt themselves pretty seriously running in those kind of sneakers because they didn't scale up their mileage like they should. They just kind of went full blast into running in Vibrams, and they screwed themselves up pretty good. Cindy, hello, come say hi.
Hi. Oh, shit.
What's the matter?
Did I forget to put it in the fridge? Oh my god.
What? Oh, I thought you had them out on purpose.
Oh,
What is it?
my food.
Well, it'll be fine.
This should be okay.
It'll be fine. People in the stream were asking about your bikini prep, Cindy.
My who? My what?
Your bikini prep.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
How it's going? I told them how you have the back spasms right now. Do you want to say hello?
But the food part was fine. Oh, you didn't give them the strawberries?
I gave them about half of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Do you want to say hello or no?
In a second, let me put this away.
Okay.
I gotta move this fast. You didn't feed her, right? So I can feed her?
Right.
I need to do dessert.
Hey, is it over rip or over ip? Say hi. I got this one on. Cindy's here with her crooked back.
I'm so crooked.
Yeah. We can try the infrared.
Okay, hi baby girl.
You can eat.
Hi,
You
you're
can eat
so
supper.
happy daddy's here, huh?
Yes.
You're so happy when we're together. How long you been streaming?
Since like 6:45.
Oh my god, look at all these people.
It's only 8 people in here right now, but Marty stopped in
Hey.
for a little bit.
Hi Marty.
At least I didn't right now, but he
Quality over quantity.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This brain sucker's getting full. There's a lot of brain in there.
Yeah.
I'm making dinner.
Okay, cool.
Unless you want me to go take a hot shower and postpone it.
No, I'm hungry. It's fine. Yes, Scout. I'll tell you, as far as losing weight goes, I don't know that there's much better than running. Although, like you said, when you're overweight to start, you do need to be careful. Kind of protect your joints and not. You'll what? Oh, okay. Cindy said she'll help you lose weight too, Scout, if you want any advice. Because she is a personal trainer. But they say like when what?
Running is so detrimental on the body.
It can be, yeah. I mean, you have to be smart about it. But what I was going to say was that they say like when you're running that you don't want to increase your distance more than 10% a week. So that's another thing that a lot of people ignore, including myself. I've ignored that as well. And you can kind of lead yourself into injury if you try to go too long, too hard, too quickly. I've heard of Brooks Glycerin, yeah. And the Hokas as well. I've heard of them. People are saying hello to you, by the way, Cindy.
What?
People are saying hello.
Okay.
So, Overrip, your name is it Andrea or Andrea? Are you a male or a female? I don't want to associate you with the wrong gender. You're a one-wheeler. Good, cool. I don't know if you know of Grind 671, I think is his YouTube channel. He's a one-wheeler that participates in a lot of the chats, but he also now has gotten into EUCs. He has an 18L, KingSong 18L, and he's loving that as well. But he was an electric skateboarder first, then one-wheeler, and now he's gotten into EUCs. So, but right now he just rides his KingSong and his one-wheel primarily. Andrea, you're Italian male. Okay, cool. Well, are you in Italy? Because if you are, it's very late there. You stay up much later than I do. Is EUC harder on knee and ankles than one wheel? I don't think so. Well, I shouldn't say that. Wait, when you're learning an EUC, I remember when I was learning, my ankles hurt a lot. Partly just from me using technique where I had my legs smashed against it, and my ankles were pressed against the hard shell, and they just got very bruised. But I would say once you are comfortable on an EUC, there's more physical exertion on a one wheel, I would say. It requires more lower body action than an EUC does. Once you get good at riding electric unicycle, it's a pretty stable platform. Now, I mean, you can ride an EUC aggressively, like if you ever seen Chooch in his videos, riding very aggressively and doing a lot of carving back and forth. That's obviously more demanding, but I would say for the average rider, riding a one wheel can be more physically engaging. At least that's been my experience. Oh, you live in San Jose? Okay, cool. Where they make the one wheel. Yeah, that was actually one of the things that actually was attractive to me, that they make them in the United States. It seems to me the future motion, maybe they're growing a little bit faster than they're prepared to grow, because of like my experience dealing with their support with, I had a problem with my front sensor pad. That experience was not very good. And I shouldn't, and the person I dealt with, John, he was very nice every time I called on the phone, very polite and nice, but it's just the execution. It's just things happen very, very slow, and unless I was pushing, there wasn't a lot of proactive action. It felt like anytime I wanted something to get done, I had to call them and say, hey, what's going on? And then stuff would get done, and then if I tried to rely on just email or them to get back to me, nothing happened. Very fat midsole cushioning. I missed your message, Scott, about the midsole cushioning. I don't know. How's that any better? Maybe, I guess that's better. I guess that makes sense. So I am a mid. Like, you have heel strikes, and you have people that are run on their toes, and people that kind of hit the middle of their foot, and I kind of hit the middle. So maybe fat midsole cushioning would be good for me. I don't know. Okay. Hey, thank God tomorrow's Friday, right? Although I'll be much happier next Friday than this Friday, just because I have so much shit to do this weekend. And it rained again today here. My property's such a mess. I'm looking out my window right now. I got 2 big standing water areas in the back. There's standing water all over the place. Chicken coop area. There's standing water all over the place. It's so annoying. And with the chickens, it's the worst. Like, I have 3 separate freshwater sources outside in the fenced-in chicken area, and when there's standing water back there, the chickens could be standing right next to nice, clean, fresh water, and instead they'll just bend down and drink the freaking shitty, mosquito-infested, bacteria-infested standing water that's all over the property. They'll drink that first. It drives me crazy. And there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Did I ever think about an electric scooter or an e-bike? No. Short answer is no. Long answer is I have bikes, and if I wanted to ride a bike, I would just ride my road bike, I guess. Although I'm sure it is an electric scooter would be a different experience, I guess, but I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. Even though I do know that they can go very fast. I've heard electric scooters that can go 35 plus, 40. It's crazy. Sounds kind of crazy. I've seen some of the electric scooters in Tishan's videos up in New York City, and they can go crazy fast. Yeah, e-bike for big hills. Yeah, again, with where I live, with it being very, very flat, it just doesn't appeal to me. Although I am very intrigued by this whole e-bike or e-scooter thing that's going out and are going on in certain metropolitan areas, like out where Marty is. The Lime scooters and the Bird scooters that they rent. That sounds crazy, man. It sounds like it's almost a nuisance. Yeah, where these things are just thrown around haphazardly. They're almost like garbage items. And I don't know what they can do about that, because it sounds like they get used, but it just, you know, unfortunately, human nature is to, if you don't own something, you care about it a lot less. And it seems like people just, you know, when they're done with the scooters, they just toss them wherever. They don't give a shit. You know, it's unfortunate, but not surprising. E-motorcycles, yeah, I've seen them. Doesn't appeal to me. I used to have a motorcycle, and a couple motorcycles actually, and especially down here where I live, there are just so many old drivers that just are clueless and they don't see, and there's so many distracted drivers texting on their phones, which that's everywhere. But I just I don't want to, you know, put myself in the midst of that on a motorcycle. What's that, Cindy?
No, I'm talking to Elsa.
Oh. Segway Drift W1. I might have seen that, but let me just confirm what that is. Oh, yeah, what do they call them? Inmotion makes the same thing. Roller shoes. Roller shoes, right? Yes, I have seen them. I saw Eddie Moy, a lot of Eddie Moy videos where he was riding them around. Saw other people riding them around. Again, doesn't appeal to me. You obviously need a very smooth surface to use those, and I just, you know, not appealing, and just seems too expensive to me for what they are. Speaking of Eddie Moy, he was like on a tear. He was like putting out so many videos, but I haven't seen anything for him in a couple weeks, which is kind of weird. Let me see what's going on there. Maybe I'm not actually subscribed to his channel. Maybe that's why. But I was seeing a lot of content from him. Oh yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks since Eddie uploaded a video. I wonder what's going on. Yeah, because he was uploading all of his 18L videos, and then he got that Insta360 camera and was doing all those bizarre videos where the Insta360 like erases the selfie stick from the video somehow digitally, and then he got that ridiculous 10-foot selfie stick that was just insane. I mean, it was almost like he had a drone following him. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Eddie. Maybe he's just on vacation in his Tesla. Are you almost ready, Cindy?
Yeah, I'm making Elsa some food. I don't know.
Oh, okay. What's that?
I'm making Elsa some food. I don't know.
Did she eat her breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Cool. Okay. I'm multitasking. Multitasking. All right. I keep thinking that there was something that I wanted to mention on stream, and I can't. It's escaping me at this time. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw. You want her? Oh, she's coming. She's coming. She must be hungry. I mentioned how I actually found a 3D model for a partial fender for the one wheel, and I printed. Obviously, you need two to use it as intended, but I printed one of them, and I'm going to do a test fit on that on my one wheel. I don't know that I'll have time to do it this weekend, but I am interested in seeing how that works. Now obviously if I do a conventional 3D print with like PLA plastic, if I would dump it, it's more than likely going to break. Luckily I don't really roll my one wheel very often, but I don't know, I think it'd be an interesting experiment, and the good thing is if it would break I can always make another one. Another option would be to try to print it out of flexible filament, TPU filament. I'm not sure how well that would translate, but that could be another interesting test. So yeah, I hope to incorporate my 3D printing with the one wheel more often. Just see what I can do with it. Yeah. Yep. So is Meg coming out tomorrow, or what's going on with her? No. Oh, okay.
Nothing happened.
Wow. Okay, guys. Well, Cindy is almost ready with supper, and the stream has reached an hour, about double what I thought it was going to be. So that's all I got for you for now. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If you've never been to the channel before, you just stumbled across it, consider subscribing. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Look for more content coming soon. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. See you guys. And let's see, do I know how to stop it? Let's figure it out. Let's do this.